one of our favorite shows came back this week, Better Call Saul. Did you watch both episodes?
What do you think?
I loved it. I feel like this was the best 2 back-to-back episodes I've seen in a long time.
So good.
They just put so much into it.
So good. Yeah, and they know that they need to. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, the way this show should go is get us to the Walter White era of Saul, and we know what happens because we've already known it. We saw the show, and then get us to his Cinnabon, where you saw that whole fucking first 8 minutes.
Well, that's going to be the last season. There's probably Cinnabon till like whatever happens to him.
That's what I hope. God, I hope that's it, because I hope that's him.
It has to be, because they're already building the meth lab.
Huh?
Like,
I know.
He's already building the meth lab, the underground meth lab. So it's like, that's not going to take like too much time to get to Walter White now that that's there.
Well, they stopped, right? So they stopped building it right now. What I also like, they're so smart, man. Fucking, he's Vince Gilligan, right?
Vince Gilligan.
Is it Gilligan?
Is it Gilligan?
Or Gillian?
Gillian, probably. One of them.
It could be one of them. It doesn't.
Gilligan's Island.
Vince. One thing that's so smart about the writing is, see, we already know what happens to the Tucos and to what's his name.
Yes.
The main to the Salamanca. We already know what happens. So he wrote in this other fucking scumbag.
Yes.
That we can hate on him.
Guy from the cartel that's kind of watching him.
Correct. So we can hate on him because we don't know what happens to him because he never showed up in there.
Right.
So we know these other guys are part of Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
But so that he's got to be the guy who's threatening people that we don't know how it's going to work.
Yeah. His storyline's great, and still his girlfriend's storyline is great. Saul's girl.
Oh, great.
Because we don't know what happened to her.
Correct.
So it's like there's a lot of tension with both of those characters.
That's so smart. It's so smart because that's the world that we don't know. You know, when you introduce Salamanca and what's his name that's ahead of that part, and then you got Crazy 8, who we know dies the first episode. You know what I'm saying? So Crazy 8 is there. We know nothing's going to happen to him. So they can't really build that tension up like, what's he going to do? Nothing, because we know you're fine.
Right.
But we don't know what he's going to do with, all the rest of the world. We don't know what he's going to do. So it's like really good that they introduce characters that he could snap on.
Right.
And still, make the story go forward.
I thought it was the most, listen, I've always liked Better Call Saul. You always loved it. And I felt like this is the first season that's like back-to-back episodes where it was like really moving forward.
Right.
And really giving, like really just getting into it.
Well, I've told you, and I've said this and I'll keep saying it, the first few seasons, we couldn't get right to this because then it's...
I didn't need you to get to this. I just always hated the slowness of getting anywhere.
But I love the fact
it was
that
it was cool for a little bit,
but develop. That character had to develop. Saul Goodman, you had to see everything he's done his whole life to get him to be that grime guy.
I just didn't love the way they did it. I knew they had to do it. I just thought they could have done it a better way.
Right. I loved
that.
That
was my,
Like last season was great.
No, last season was great. Last season, I was on the verge of honestly kind of giving up on it. But last season, I felt like they started picking up steam, making it more interesting.
And then they went, 500 days between last season and this season, right?
Yeah.
517 days, I think he said.
Really? It didn't even seem that long.
Yeah, it did to me. So, because we didn't have one episode last year at all. 2019, no fucking Saul. So we get it this year, and I was so happy. But also, there's so much technology. He's going to be able to keep Mike Ehrmantraut looking younger than he did when we met him.
Yeah.
Okay? Fucking Gus looks older than when he died.
Right,
Better Call, in Breaking Bad. So you gotta jump over this quickly because these dudes aren't holding up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't even think about it. You know what I mean? I think you're just
you can
so
take yourself out of it.
Yeah.
And people who don't know it's funny because I've been watching. Like on Twitter and stuff like that, and people who didn't know Breaking Bad didn't watch it, got into Better Call Saul, and now watch the whole series because on A&E on AMC they were doing. Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, full days of Breaking Bad marathons to catch you up to El Camino to then go into Better Call Saul.
Okay.
So people who were caught up on Better Call Saul watched all of Breaking Bad to go, oh my God, now I know the story.
Right.
And people like some guys feel that the Better Call Saul was a better story than Breaking
Bad. Well, different. Breaking Bad was great and action-packed and on the verge of almost unrealistic at times.
Yeah.
It was just like popcorn fun, and like this is a little bit more rooted in reality.
Yeah.
You know
Absolutely.
what I mean?
Yep.
I just love his character. I just love the character. I love the whole intro of him like becoming Saul and like handing out the cell phones and just his business practices.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then the elevator with the lady doing the cases.
Oh, I
like getting her stuck in the elevator, so he has to doing the deals. But
as soon as he got in the elevator and it stopped, and he went, "Oh," and I looked over my son, I'm like, "He made that happen. He made that happen." And then they start going through the cases. I'm like, "I knew it. He fucking did this." The one thing when I've rewatched Breaking Bad, watching it again, because you already know the story.
I gotta watch it again. I've only seen it once.
Because you know where the story goes, your brain is already up there, caught up already.
Yeah.
So it's hard. The suspense isn't there.
Yeah.
Like, what's gonna happen? Like, so the story seems to unfold a lot quicker than it did in reality time. Like, you already know it all. It's like, oh damn! I was like, that was one episode. I thought it was like 5 episodes. There's only one episode got that done.
Yeah.
So, but the Breaking Bad theme of him breaking bad, he broke bad very first episode. They killed someone.
Yeah.
So there was no Breaking Bad.
But even as far as going, I mean, just taking it further and further to becoming like the
really bad
kingpin. Yeah, like you just there's no turning back once you do certain things. It's like
the first episode they show the death, but it actually then the episode 2 and 3 backs the story up to get you there.
They had to go so over the top to get you really in.
Right.
That was the only series that I can remember where at the end of every episode each week I was like, holy shit, I can't wait till next week.
Yeah.
That's how I felt about this week's Better Call Sauls. After the first episode, I'm like, I can't wait to just start the next one because I watched them both back to back.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I can't wait till next week. I am dying for next week's. Like it just that was what I felt I didn't have in previous seasons of Better Call Saul, where it was like, all right, it was good. I wasn't like. It was almost like build up on the DVR where I'm like, I got like 3 or 4 Better Call Sauls to watch.
Yeah.
But Breaking Bad was never that way. It's like, yo, we're watching this in real time.
Right.
It was like it was the last time I've had appointment television.
Yeah.
For a series where it's like I have to watch it.
Yeah. Well, it was like that Walking Dead after I got caught up on that.
Yeah, that was for a little while. Then that just
and then I was just like, what are we doing?
Yeah, even Kerry gave up on that, which is bad. That's when you know you've really
right
jumped the shark.
Yep. Yeah, it's a little much on that show.
But now, Better Call Saul, man. We'll talk about it week to week. I thought I don't want to talk too in depth. People that don't watch it. Go watch it. But we didn't really give away anything. Nothing's really happened.
No.
It was just a lot of setup, new characters. I gotta start writing these characters' names down so when we talk about them, I'm like that guy. Who's the other guy? Yeah. That guy, I like that guy. If we're gonna talk about it, I gotta write some of these character names down.
Was it me though? Was Mike Ehrmantraut's granddaughter older than what I thought she was when we first saw her in Breaking Bad? I thought she was.
Well, you know what?
Kid.
I didn't even think about it. So even if it is,
no, I'm not even saying it's the same girl. I don't even know if it's the same girl. What I'm saying is that she looked like an older age, and I thought the first time we met her in the first, I thought she was a younger age girl.
No, I felt it was like the same. That's also a clue that like this isn't far off from there.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not it's not like a long time's gonna pass.
But also the thing is, you remember Breaking Bad was, I know it was what, how many seasons?
I don't even remember. 6
or 7.
Yeah.
But it was only 1 year in this dude's life.
Yeah.
It wasn't years of fucking.
Right.
It was 1 year.
It's quick. Yeah.
You know.
I gotta watch that again.